All right, everybody, welcome to another video here where we are going to be playing ourselves some standard here. We're testing with the best deck. I absolutely love this deck. It's hard to, really want me to play anything else. It's already my style of deck. It's the best deck in the format, and I feel really confident with it. We are pretty high ranked, I think. Yeah, we're at 129, so we're going to be, playing some good battles here in High Mythic. Trying our best, and I also did post a sideboard guide for this if you are interested in joining the Patreon. The Patreon's in the description below, or if you're watching this live, !Patreon, you can come on in. I have an article plus a full sideboard guide for this deck, plus I adjust it, make some changes, to when decks start to rise up. Like right now, Blue-White Control is public new enemy number 1. So, I put some more attention on the Blue-White Control list. I've made one cut in the sideboard that's different from my guide. I like to update that guide whenever there's a decent amount of changes going on. So, feel free to join the Patreon. You get in on the article or the sideboard guide. You get the changes as it goes along. So, not much else to say about this. I think we can take a look at my record, I guess. I haven't checked this in a while. I've been playing a lot. Basically, I try to, before I go to bed, I always like to, just play until I lose. So sometimes I don't sleep, Sometimes it's just a long night. All right, maybe that's not true. Occasionally. I was 10-0 once, and I'm like, all right, I need to go to bed. It's like 3:30 in the morning. But yeah, I've been doing pretty solid with the deck. Played, a good, 70, 75, 85 matches, winning 80% of them. The deck is just absolutely bonkers. And I feel great about it, so. But yeah, that's about all I got. Let's battle. I kind of like the arena sounds too. I just don't want them to be too loud for y'all, so. All right, we are in a situation where we have a good 2, a good 3. We assume every match is the mirror, which this is a relatively weak draw on the mirror, or on the draw, but still, I don't mulligan these hands when you have a good 2 into a good 3. Just keep good, solid hands. Yep. Value. Value. All right. That's pretty good if they break up our 2 drops here. And for what it's worth, I think Dimir is close. I think Dimir is really close. I think we're favored, but not by much. Like 52 or whatever, Oh, baby. To the furnace with you. I don't think so, Jay Shoes, because if it was to a large tournament like a Mox online, then yes, you bring a hate deck. But if you're talking about like Spotlight Orlando, no, play the deck because not everyone is going to have the money to buy the deck. So like just, if I'm at Orlando, I'm playing this exact 75 and I'm going to be ecstatic about it because, well, every deck that tries to play, all right, I'm going to play the anti-Izzet deck. First of all, the only anti-Izzet deck is maybe Blue-White Control. That's the one that has the best chance, but like, it's still not, winning 70% of the time or whatever. So, and then you play up against another deck like Teamer Battlecry or something and you just get annihilated. I don't know if that's true, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you're going to play against non-Cauldron decks. All right, so a very likely counter spell, but I still need to play something and I need to be mana efficient. So what do I care about getting countered the least? And I think the answer to that is Scholar. So let's do that. Okay. The 2 worst lands are the islands. And we'll be on our way. We be drowning. know that was kind of a rant, but, you know, here we are. Untap's on, right? You guys can hover over the cards and see stuff. Keeping the bat. Interesting. Okay, opponent is popping off. It feels like Prof into FOMO to me to do a little bit of blocking. There's no VVs in sight. Okay, cool, cool, cool. All right. Mana efficiency here looks good. That's good, but I still just want to do my thing. Can get rid of the extra profs here. All right, let's hope they don't have a shoot the sheriff. Yeah, Untapped really has got it going on there. Not sponsored, and Moxfield is the one I use for deck list, but that feature is just awesome. You know, plain and simple. I don't think this works out. Oh, I can't block? Power 2 or greater. Okay, makes sense. And now it stays poopy, right? But if I get rid of this, then it unlocks. So I can either try to unlock FOMO and start doing some stuff. God, it sounds nasty outside. Or I just start with this and try to find Vivi. That sounds good to me. Let's try to find Vivi, because if we find Vivi, we win the game. All right. Now let's cook. Can't counter it unless they have main deck negates or something. Pretty safe to eat Vivi and put it on a Scholar. Now, do I have this ability? Okay, I do. And now we go. I want to get Tursa into play, but I honestly don't want to discard anything. My hand is too good. All right, let's try this. One card, it could be Tursa. Tursa is the one card I kind of want to hang on to, but we have enough stories that it doesn't really matter. So yeah, let's get rid of this. Already played a land. We haven't done this. So let's go to the combats. And now let's pop off, but pop off responsibly. We don't want to get too crazy. We don't want to bust our value wide open. So let's just go like this. And let's cast this. Should probably double check which mana this is keeping, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Alright, we're just gonna fully pop. All right, we're trying to be as efficient as possible. Oh, come on. We're learning. We're learning. All right, we were going to just play our whole hand, end the turn by saunaing and all that jazz. So I'm still in the phase where I'm just blindly following my sideboard guide just to see if there's any problems, just to kind of double check myself. So I'm just going to do that. All right, Dimir on the draw. I have on the draw and on the play, you know, scenarios because this deck is very much a play-draw deck. Especially cards like Riddler, too. You want more on the play. Like, you want to be more reactive on the draw. Sometimes you take Riddlers out on the draw, or VVs out on the draw, but not on the play. You know, all that kind of shit. So, on the draw... Roaring, Abrade... Okay, I had one change. I changed the Draconaut or a Barrage to a Draconautics, and so that mildly changes what I do in this matchup, but whatever. So I'm taking this out, and then I gotta take out or put in one card. Yeah, I think this is fine, but I do just like the Riddler. Maybe I still want a second Riddler here. That could be. Yeah, let's go with this for now. Yeah, Fire Magic's great in this matchup. It's a little worse if they have the Beastries or whatever. So, you know, that is a little different, but most of the time Fire Magic, yeah, is very, very good here. Okay, perfectly sexy hand. A good 2 into a good 3. That's kind of the general plan. If you have that, you want to keep it. I think they take out Kaido. I think they also should, but I don't see very many Kaidos post-board, and it makes sense. Like, every time they Kaido, I'm like, you got it. Here comes Tursa. Get wrecked, you know? Well, they can take a 2-drop, but they can't take both of them this time, but taking profs here seems quite good. But like, and like, look at this card. You know, when Fire Magic kills a bat and something else, you're like, yep, you're dead. Oh, baby. Okay. So here's a very big level up moment. Whenever you have the chance to do the VV thing, you do it. So like, next turn I have the VV thing. So even if I had profs in play, I would have cast Cauldron for what it's worth. Because they don't know I just drew VV, you know? Like... Okay. And now, since they can disrupt me... It maybe isn't correct to do it still, but... I still kind of want to just swing for the fences and make them have it. Because it's not the worst if they do. Close between Stories and The Verge here. And there could be some world where I don't discard 2, but I think getting rid of a land over here is totally fine. It's just, do I want Stories in the yard or not? It's close. Going for it. Maybe they just have the other card, you know? Wow. Not countering Tursa there was heinous. All right, well now Riddler just casually adds 10 mana next turn. Riddler still is going to add 10 mana next turn. Oh my goodness, get him a body bag. All right, I'm going to do it. Oh, I guess there's no point, as I'm not going to double fire. Oh, and I'm going to get cards back. So, yeah, we just start with Riddler. And here's what Riddler does. Riddler is a combo card. You never cast it. You know, it's all about this. It's all about cheating into play a 4-power creature for 2 mana that Vivi then just worked so well with, especially when you got 2 Vivis cooking. I just don't think they have ways to bounce Cauldron here, so I think we should be set. Always like discarding low so then I can do more Riddler shit. More Riddler shit being declared. I'm always discarding 2. More cards, more cards, more cards. All right. Fire Aga! Dang it, we're out of activations. You got it. And here we go. Where are you going? Come on, y'all. Everyone just quits when we're just having fun here, you know? Like, God. God dang it. And not the 14? Yeah. Hey, I think it checks out, Ross. Did I have to do anything with anything? You know? It definitely didn't have to. I was adding 22 mana with that, but I wasn't blocking. And they weren't going to have that creature at the start of their next turn, I'll tell you that. Alright, we got a high rank. High rank, okay. This hand is good. If we draw land, this is the nuts. Minus not having a Winter Night Stories. But either way, Mako into Cauldron into Tursa, discard Vivi is one of the nuts. You know, there's other ones too. Like Mako into FOMO, discard Vivi. You know, like they all involve Viviing on turn 3, but yeah. Not a wretched goblin. So here is one of the spots where like you can either high roll and hope you get a land, or you can play defensive and do something like a Roaring Furnace. I always high roll. every time I high roll with this deck, because if you get there, the game ends. And if you don't, whatever, it's still fine. Bring it, you greasy wrench. Boo! Well, we could still hit Vivi. Ooh, the tickler. Yeah, I mean, I'm not bothering that at this stage of the game. To the furnace. What you got? What you got? Okay. That's reasonable. So they had our nut draw blocked a little bit, but it would not have been fully blocked. As they could have killed Tursa, but the other thing would have still added 3 mana. So we would have still popped off. And now they're dead. And now the game ends. That's not actually true. But I am going to have a good turn. Okay. Gonna be a baby pop-off. Oh my god. And here's where Riddler is insane. Ross, I know you don't play Riddler, so watch and learn, baby. I mean, these are the turns where it's just like, what are we even fucking doing here, you know? All right, 6. Okay. Okay. I think I'd rather do this now. If I take 3, I think that's better than doing anything else. There is still a shot that I lose from this spot, I think, but... Okay. Pretty cool stuff, right? Yeah, I mean, probably not. I don't know. Maybe like 4 bolt waves. I think I was at 15, so 4 bolt waves could have got me. Yeah. Exactly 4 bolt waves. Easy. It's a standard legal card. Okay, mono red. I do have that one on the guide as well. Oh, God, it pains me to do that. How dare I do that? Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I hate when I take out Riddler in my guide because I know it's like correct, but it's my favorite card. But on the draw against mono red, I shouldn't be riddling. But I want to. Oh yeah, the hate that the deck brings, and I get it. I totally get it. I gotta adjust my stream title. Okay. All right, we finally found a human hand. This hand I do not think we can keep. We finally found a mulligan. Honestly, if there was one 3-drop instead of these lands, like, this is a snapper, you know? But we're going to mulligan. Because the torch in the opener is nice. All right, snap keep, even though it's also not good, but here we are. The claw. Torch, torch, torch. Boo! All right, this could be a rough game. Pump it. I think I'm just going to kill it on the spot. Would I kill a Screaming Nemesis instead? No. They might have some silly pump spell, so yeah, I think I should just wax it right now. No Nemesis! No Nemesis! Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. Okay, so I probably have to take this opportunity to stories. Maybe not. Profs and then try to stories next turn, find a Mako. Ugh. Or stories now, try to find a VV and a creature, and then next turn profs plus Soul Cauldron and pop off. Yeah, I think that's the play, even though it comes with some risks. I wouldn't have hit the Mako. Pain. Frustration. Next turn, I probably want to go Island, Mako, Profs, leave Floodmaw open. So the only way I can do that is discarding the Steam Core Weird. Which sucks, but I think that is correct here. It's a nice little sideboard tech. Okay. All right, we have the D. Not a lizard. Well, definitely in trouble. I'm going to double block the Needlehead, and then I'm just debating to bounce the Hellkite, and I think I have to. Prevent 4 damage. Alright, we need to find a VV, and we need to find it fast. Okay. Not good. Not good at all. We'll be holding back on defense. Okie dokie. Now we have to find it next turn, and we have to have one of these absurd turns, and still we're probably dead. Ooh, do they have double Hellkite to finish me? Oh, hell yeah. Nice. Xaxes. Okay. I feel reasonable losing this one. I think we played well, though. So, What can you do? On the draw against red. Mulligan didn't have early interaction. Shit happens. Alright, now on the play. Once again, just kind of looking at my guide. Anything I want to change? No changes. A big creature is a problem, but I don't have a great solution. Hellkite is just good. But, yeah, I mean... It does suck to lose a single game. I'm glad you feel. I'm glad you feel for me. Alright, this matchup can go either way, though. Like, if I have a stumbly draw, like, they don't really stumble. They have a good, clean draw almost all the time. It's just my ceiling is through the roof. Theirs is manageable, you know? Alright, perfectly reasonable. Vivi into the yard, one time. Yeah, Nova Hellkite is good. 3 mana, take 4. Then 5 mana, you have the dragon. Alright. Rough. That is pretty funny. Okay, I would think it's just land. Now there's... I probably discard Canal here. Normally Canal is the land, but if I top deck a starting town or something, I don't want to have more of these lands. These lands fuck me more than anything on turn 4. So when your mana base is already perfect, just get rid of them. And now Verge is worse than Mountain because Mountain turns on Verge. Oh, wait, they're already on. Never mind. Okay. All right. Not great. Where's our VV? Where's our Cauldrons? We're missing both of the pieces. Ooh, no Screaming Nemesi? I like that. I would love to find a Profs. But if I don't, what is the best plays? Probably just Scholar again. They wouldn't Fire Magic me here, right? I don't think so. Regardless, I guess I just Scholar or attack with Scholar first. Getting FOMO down to have Delirium going could be nice too, but it's a lot worse without Delirium. So, yep. What a weird detective. There is Profs. It's probably just Story here. Because I want the Flood Maw. I am always fine if they keep killing creatures. This deck keeps coming. Oh, hell yeah. No pressure. How could they ever win? I bet Hellkite's coming next turn, though. Well, maybe they would have cast it, to be honest. So, I actually do want to discard a Torch here. Because I can Winter Night Stories if they don't have the removal on the spot. Yeah, this could actually get bad if they have one more removal spell, which I'm sure they do. They've played this whole game like they're trying to kill everything. Yeah, this could be a problem if this dies. If not, they're dead, but okay. I mean, this is still not great. We are drawing quite bad. But enough interaction here is not terrible. We can kill one Hellkite. No! Okay, that is bad. Oh. Okay. No. Come on. I mean, we do turn into a control deck, don't get me wrong, but it's a little extreme. All right. Okay, that doesn't seem good enough to play. I think I'd rather cycle that. I don't have to kill this now. Now my turn to kill all your stuff. I didn't, but I've been hearing sniffings of Monument in the board, and it's interesting. Alright, I regret playing my land. I feel like I just drew the 5th of Braid, but I know that's not true. This is outrageous, chat. Oh, come on! No! I feel like that's their 5th dragon that they've drawn as well. Well, do I let them spend mana next turn? I think I do. To take 4. Okay. I could discard nothing. I think that's actually correct. I guess now I'm gonna get fucking twin-bladed again. Oh, is one of the threats gonna live? Oh? The threat that draws me cards? Okay. I guess this is just gonna die, but, I mean, it's still play it or it dies, I guess, but... This is definitely what Vivi looks like at its worst. Like, holy crap. We are not doing it. Where's our Cauldrons? Where's our Vivis? This is absurd. Okay. Oh, come on! Oh my god, this is absurd! Oh my god! Yeah, I'm confident that was the 5th braid. Six, 7, 8. This forces the chump. Now no one draw should get me, you would think. What a ridiculous game of Magic. Oh my goodness. I wonder what turn that was. That was probably the longest match of Standard the most turns I have played in a single game in a long time. Wow, that was funny. That was really, really funny. Holy cow. All right, before we get into the next one, y'all, big shout out to our other sponsor of the stream. It is Heavy Play. So if you are interested in getting any of these heavy plays and having any of these heavy plays that we were just playing, you can get all this stuff behind you as well as their new artwork playmats. Artwork playmats, they are gorgeous. I have a blue one somewhere around here, but their blue one by Chris Seaman is insanely cool. It's my favorite. They got Chris plus Phil Stone right now. And then for the ETB playmats, I'm with you, Yanko. The purple is just gorgeous. So check them out. They're futuristic equipment for gaming. Absolutely love them. The magnetic dice box is probably my favorite too. And they got new stuff coming on the horizon. So check out Heavy Play. Follow that URL above my head and use that promo code to save yourself some cash, Ola, okay? Boom! An absolute gasser. All right, we'll say go. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, oh man, I miss the good old days of being 9-1, having to sit down, win 2 more, like, oh, the good old days. My Facebook memories just came along, and 8 years ago this weekend, y'all, or this last weekend, Brad and I just top-8'd our 2nd Grand Prix back-to-back in Denver, which Brad won as well. And if I think back to it, I'm about to top-8 my 3rd GP tomorrow, or I'm about to play my 3rd GP top 8 tomorrow, and then the following weekend I top 8 my 4th GP in a row. So 8 years ago in August was like my best Magic accomplishment, and it was just fucking crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Oh my god. All right, let's play Pro. I am shuffling an IRL Cauldron deck, yeah. Yeah, that's when I peaked, for sure. That's when I peaked. So, I top-8'd the first one with Winding Constrictor, Golgari. I lost to Steve Mann playing zombies. The next one, we top-8'd with Teamer Energy. Me, Brad, and BVD were all on the same list. We went 1, 2, 3. John Rolfe took 4th. At a GP, y'all. This was sick. The next weekend, I mixed it up, and I played Mono White Eldrazi. Lost in the top 4 to Collins Mullen. I got really unlucky game 3, to be honest. And then the following week, I top-8'd with Teamer Energy again, losing to Ben Stark, who ended up winning the GP. It was just all awesome. It's all awesome. Okay, so now back to this. We have Tursa discard Vivi, but it is a liability now. So this is when you should not do that. You should not do that. And wait till you get a land type thing. So I think I want to discard these 2. Maybe I want to discard the Torch. Torch kind of sucks, but all right, we'll discard these 2. Yeah, White Eldrazi, it was sweet. It was super sweet. And now if we top deck Cauldron on the same turn, we can FOMO, discard, and then pop off. You got to be a little more careful in the mirror. We got our worst matchup here, though, so... I know. I have no idea why I played that. I think I was on such a high. I'm like, you know what? I'll just play whatever. But it was bad. I remember ending with him having 1 card in hand and me having 5 planes and 3 Thought-Knot Seers in hand. All right, Cauldron, 1 time. Son of a... Drawing so terribly. All right, so I guess that means we start with Winter Night Stories. You just want to max out on trying to do Vivi shit. I could play Mako first, and that doesn't really hurt me. Because I can still do Cauldron shit. Yeah, let's do that. The damage just doesn't matter. It's all about who does it. Son of a... I could send one out as bait, because I have enough interaction. Or I just don't risk it and discard one of the other cards. I don't want to interact next turn, but they can, of course, get me next turn. So I guess I probably should interact. And if I'm going to interact, I think discarding a Vivi is totally fine. And then I just play Starting Town. Say, come on and get me, basically. All right. All right, not great. We were trying to end the game that turn, but no Cauldron in sight. That would have been GG. Almost assuredly. Oh, yeah. For sure. I think we're at the exact same spot Team or Breach was at, if I'm being honest. There's some thought where maybe I should have bounced this, but I think that's maybe not needed. Oh, I don't think it will be all Izzet mirrors. Number one, you won't see it on our broadcast. Plain and simple, until it has to be there. Day one, I bet you money you won't see a single Izzet mirror on our show. We just don't pick them out, you know? And then once we get to the top 8, that's when it's going to start happening. But the broadcast is still just going to be sweet for what it's worth. Are they trying to bait me in and have a Cauldron post-combat? They might be. Because I'm tempted. How bad would a Cauldron be? It'd be pretty bad. Oh, never mind. I don't have to make that choice now. Great. So that leads me to believe they do not have it. Yeah, once we have to show it, we will, you know? But the Izzet mirror is just awesome. Killa SUV's got it right. Like, out of all the mirrors, this is one of the most enjoyable ones. Breach maybe wasn't the best mirror. This one's better. Like, Killa SUV is going to be playing Izzet in Orlando. I know it. I have not talked to him, but I know he's a fan of playing good decks well and play the best deck, and is probably going to top 8. Okay. So they probably have an Abrade, maybe a Torch or something. So let's just do this. Torch is pretty bad in the mirror for what it's worth. A new breakout deck, I don't know. I think blue-white control with a ton of hate like has a chance to do something big, but I wouldn't be getting too crazy. I should try to go for the win. 2 into the Floodmaws, huh? So that is drawing me 2 cards. 10, 11, 12. So I do need to play the profs if I want to present lethal. I don't think presenting lethal is a smart play. 1 into the Floodmaw from them, then they can untap and win. So I just need to play defensive here. And then with 2 into the Floodmaws, I should be all good to go. If they have a Braid, me putting it on the Scholar is the only thing that's bad. Or I put it and I attack for 14. Yeah, I'd rather they bounce this, so yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, Brad would be on top of this meta for sure. So just take 7, and do I need to even play another threat? I don't think so. Because I want to bounce this proactively. But it looks like they have a torch. So they're going to torch my Scholar. Then I have 1 attack. I don't think I can get this Mako to lethal anyways, so I don't think I should play it, even though I'm probably about to get Torch the Towered here. Close, though. Well, I read them at least decently for the things. Didn't put myself in too rough of a spot. Now I gotta do it, because if they hit Winter Night Stories, I do not want them doing that. It's minor, but I think I just cover my bases here. Flooded! Alright, mirror match on the draw. Once again, just looking at my guide. On the play, on the draw. And I do side pretty wildly different play draw in the mirror. Oh. Oh. Pains me. Pains me. There we go. There we go. Hedge a little bit on the draw. Oh, thanks, Gorilla. I did put a lot of work into this one. That's my biggest fear, is just putting out a guide that sucks and people do bad with, so I hate putting out a bad one. Well, on the draw, this is the only time it's reasonable, but I'm not interacting very profitably. There's no point in taking the risks with a deck this busted. Like, just don't stumble. This is fine because we have the falls. And mulliganing is better with Riddler. You know, I mean, you still don't want a mulligan, but it makes it not so bad. All right. Money. Oof. Well, risky, of course, but I'm not putting that card into my hand. I think I have to play Cauldron immediately. It's not Entomb against them, for what it's worth. Alright, so they're very likely to have a counterspell. Spell Pierce is more likely, but a Knoll can still get my FOMO. The only card that's going to resolve is the Riddler, which sucks. So here, I do not want to be taking... I want to take the least amount of risks and play this. But, yeah. I'd still rather that get annulled than anything else, so... Oh, no, I put him for a counterspell for sure. Ugh! Now I have to really start, just thinking, alright, I might have to just Cauldron now just to eat Vivi. They could easily have another thing, or I play FOMO. I think I need to just put a Cauldron out and hope that it lives, or that it doesn't get countered. Even if it gets abraded, at least I can get rid of the VV. Or maybe they're... Alright. Alright, we're dead. Alright. So it looks like they had Pierce and a Knoll, so... Now we have the biggest liability in the yard, which on the draw, I try to minimize liabilities, so I take out some VVs, but the way this game played out, I don't think there was much I could have done. Drawing a land would have helped. Oh, no land for you too? They got a starting town. All right, we're cooking. Oh yeah, Riddler's messed up. Riddler is bananas. I mean, it's looked terrible this game, though. You know, don't get me wrong. When you're land light and you have 7 cards, that is not where Riddler shines, I'll tell you that. I went straight to combat. That leads me to believe they have a removal spell. So I'm... Oh, okay. Strange. Don't want them to Winter Night Stories again. I also don't want them to Cauldron, but hey, I can't have it all here. Cheese and rice, where's our Cauldrons? I can do the Riddler Winter Night Stories play, but it's not even very good. Probably still my best play, though. I got that many looks at land plus interaction. Yeah, alright. Don't love it. Alright, we hit the land at least. Could also just profs and attack for 8. I feel like it's getting countered. Or it's getting destroyed with an Abrade. I bet they have a Abrade this time. So I'm going to do this. No, I think profs is not good. I think I need interaction. Didn't find it. I could basically put the second VV in the yard now. It's not the biggest deal. Still just have to find things. Yeah. Straight defensive mode, but hey, they haven't had Cauldron yet, but man, they're going to find it eventually. This one has not looked good for a while. To fade so many cards. At least with having a second VV in the yard, if they go off, maybe they don't kill me on the spot. And then I can have a chance to do the same, but I just prefer that they didn't have Cauldron, but here we are. Jesus. So they must have a Braid. I don't want to fall for the trap. Okay. Well, they definitely have interaction. We be NBA jamming. Let's hope FOMO lives and we send him straight to hell. Sick. I turned my 2 untapped Izzet Guild Gates into tapped Izzet Guild Gates. Sweet. Boo. Okey-dokey. Opponent's doing a good job of managing me, that's for sure. Neither one of us has a Cauldron left in our deck, it would seem. No Cauldron? No! To the Shadow Realm with me! Alright, let's see if they can actually beat me. I bet they can. So it's going to be 7. No, so I'll have to chump the second time? Shit. Did they not have Delirium? What the hell's going on? Oh, yeah, of course. I can just die to that. Okay. All right, well, it was honestly shocking that we were in this game as long as we were, so. All right, on the play now. Now I like the extra Riddler. No other changes. I want my VVs back. And now I take out the interaction. The cheap interaction. I just haven't found it that good. I just want to do the thing. I want to put the hammer down, you know? Try to max out on my draw while they're messing around being a little too interactive. That's usually my plan. Is it foolproof? No. Not amazing, but good enough, I think. Do I want to trade off? No, I don't. God, if I could cycle, I would just send them straight to... Yep. One lander? Okay. Not great, but I do think I need to minimize this. If they go Tursa, they just wreck me. Riddler. All right, we're going to try to make a large Mako here. Damn it. Stop drawing VVs. I mean, that is a reason to not have them, of course, but... God, these lands are just horrific, too, so I should just discard them. Jesus Christ. We can top deck a blue source. Vivi with a null backup might not be the worst. That is not it. God, our mana base is so horrendous. Well. Okay. We've done it. We have done it. Thank God. Finally! Finally! Okay, how much damage can we do? Not actually that much. God, this might actually be one of the rare hardcast Riddlers. I almost never do this, but it actually seems right, this weird scenario. I don't know. I guess I could warp Riddler into something, and it could be just as good, but Riddler is hard for them to... Yeah, I'm going to do it. I do not know if it's right, but... Feels like they have an Abrade, but hey, then we're still very ahead on the battlefield. I'm more afraid of FOMO discard VV Cauldron than I am of Abrade. Because when you do FOMO discard VV Cauldron, the Abrade comes later. In about 5 minutes, you know? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I mean, as long as they don't have Island into the Floodmaw here, the game is over. That's not even actually true. My hand is... If I had one Winter Night Stories or whatever, you know, but... Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. Come on, Mako! Find me the goods. All right, Tursa. Yeah, I'm thinking that plays, Adam. Come on! Son of a... Alright, Winter Night Stories in the yard. I'm fucking grabbing at anything here. I mean, I'm not binning that. Even though this would get me to 7 cards for Tursa. I can also just pitch a Cauldron here, as I have another VV. Alright, they probably have a torch, but it doesn't matter. The damage is already done, so I think I can safely go like this. Swing exactly lethal. They have 3 blockers. What are you talking about? I'm doing this Cauldron to eat their Winter Night Stories, but casting another one, not bad. I don't need the mana anymore, you know? I've done the thing. I successfully have the battlefield, you know? Yeah, forcing them into the abyss is kind of lethal. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Take everything from them. Feeling pretty good. Next turn, this Quantum Riddler would draw 3 cards. No big deal. Oh my goodness. You didn't believe me? Yep. It is, right? It's not so bad to watch. I thoroughly enjoy it. There's a lot of intricacy. There's a lot of challenges in sideboarding as well. Like, if they're bringing in this, should you do this? Like, it is complex. It is nice. So, hey, what's up, Danny? All right. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to end it as I've been streaming for a long time. Y'all, we did it. I have to end now because we just ended a 7-hour stream where we went 13-0, y'all. We haven't lost yet in 7 hours. That's pretty cool. You don't hit a perfect game very often, y'all, so we got to take advantage of this. But if you're watching this on YouTube and you like the Izzet Cauldron deck, below in the description there is a Patreon link where I have a full article for the highest tier, where you get the ins and outs, every single matchup, what is important, what's not. Keep mulligan decisions. I have 10 examples of should you keep this, should you not. A big deck overview, every card that's important I talk about. As well as play draw differences in each matchup. Normally doing play draw on a sideboard guide is just annoying to do. And like, if it's so minor, I don't, but it's so important in this one that I do play draw very often, as you know, cards like Riddler are bet on the play. You want more interaction on the draw, all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, find that link below in the description. And then if you want just the sideboard guide for a lot cheaper, you can just get that. That's just the ins and outs. If you're kind of already a master with this deck, I recommend that. But if you're really looking to learn, the other one's fine, you know, or the other one is better in my opinion. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button, share, all that stuff. I really appreciate the support and love chatting with you in the comment section. So see you in the next episode.